Alright, what's up all you Team Green supporters and fellow traitors to the realm? I mean, in my eyes, Aegon, baby. So, what are we gonna do today? We are in the beginning stages of some serious hack D fandom. Episode 1 was fantastic. Okay, everything about it was cool. From the whole blood and cheese thing, I thought it was done pretty tastefully, and it gave a little bit more insight into the characters. I especially enjoyed Daemon Targaryen's character and seeing how he's kind of just going like sick, you know, nuts, like cabin fever. He wants to do something, and having to restrain him is virtually impossible, but he does his best to hold himself back, but in the process of doing that, he's just relentlessly just shitting on everyone. Yells at Rhaenyra for not doing anything after that silly scene where she busts through the floor. Granted, it happened, it's canon in the show now, so we have to just take it as is, but he was like, the fuck? You literally had the enemy in your sights, and if you would have just burnt them all into freaking ashes, you could have literally prevented my wife's son from dying. You absolute jerk. And then he yells at Sir Eric, who could tell them apart really, for having Aegon in his grasps and letting him go. So he's a little unhinged right now, whereas his lady wife and the traitor to the realm, Rhaenyra, was out there looking for some kind of proof that Luke actually died, and she finds it. You know, she has a little bonding moment with the dragon as the two of them start crying together. It was absolutely heartbreaking, but what are you gonna do, kid? Alright, sorry, but this is war. You died, get over it. Alright, I mean, you can't get over it, you're dead, but get over it, Rhaenyra. Alright, so everything was awesome. Absolutely loved it. People are talking online about the pacing. It felt kind of slow. People upset with the way that they did blood and cheese. I don't understand. What do you want? Do you want to see them cut the head off a child? I know Game of Thrones is all raunchy and known for its gratuitous violence, but like, the kid's like 4. Like, what kind of sick shit are you into? I don't understand it. I thought it was fantastic, and I think for the most part, from the YouTubers that I respect, like Nerdrotic and Indeep Geek and Heavy Spoilers, they all seem to collectively have the same opinion, which was awesome way to kick off the series. Alright, or the season rather. We have 7 more episodes to go. What we're going to do today is we're going to look at and react to the Weeks Ahead trailer, which, according to Charlie, great channel, check him out. I do actually believe what he's going with, which is this isn't telling us the whole story. They never do this with the In the Weeks Ahead trailer. They kind of just give you like a snippet of like the next 3 or 4 episodes for stretching it, but they're basically going up to one of the climax episodes, which I believe is episode 4, with the battle at Rook's Rest, which looks absolutely freaking dope. Okay, so I just can't freaking wait for that shit. So we are going to react to that. If you're new to the channel, I do in-depth analysis for shows like House of the Dragon, and for video games, and for music, and for TV shows, and all that stuff. It's called More Useless Takes. New channel, trying to get it to pop off. If you enjoy this, please, it'd mean the world to me, dude. I'm doing this in my bathroom while my wife is trying to put my kid to sleep. Like, just like the video. Just like the video. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this trailer. We'll take a look at it really quick, react to it, and then see if we can do a little breakdown afterwards, okay? Let's do this. Oh, Craxies. Babies! Ooh, they're hunting for somebody. Yep. Oh, is that the Lego set that the Sarah's is working?
You have wounded me, weakened my claim to the throne. Cannot trust you, Daemon.
Rhaenyra's supporters will believe what they wish.
The Brackens and the
So will
Black.
Aegon's. The significance of Viserys' intentions died with him.
They like that
There's a
scene with
war
that.
brewing.
Oh, the whole brothers.
This war will not be won with dragons alone, but with dragons flying behind armies of men.
Absolutely, like Aegon did.
Riverlands are the key to the war.
Oh, the twins.
Cole is the key to the Riverlands.
Oh, the Riverlands are gonna get on.
Perhaps the presence of a dragon will sharpen minds round these parts.
You know shit.
The path I walk has never been trod.
Yeah.
There is more than
Hugh
one
Hammer.
way to fight a war.
I will not be seen as weak.
You're
You're
already
already seen as weak, Aegon.
Beware how you speak to your king.
We
Dragon
must
egg.
seize the hour and act before our enemy does.
Is there naught to be done but to claw for
There's
power?
some kind of riot going on.
What we must do is terrible.
Getting that Criston Cole, baby.
Will you preside over it?
We must break the will of our enemy.
Break the wheel.
There will be no mercy!
Ooh. Oh, jeez. What's wrong with that guy's face?
We have given the war to the dragons.
No shit, idiot. What kind of haircut was that? Oh, that looks absolutely fantastic and dope and amazing and the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Even go back here a little bit. Some things I noticed right off the bat. Like, and I can't give props to this, for myself for this. This is all Charlie. This does seem to be, like, only around 3 episodes worth of content. But 3 goddamn good episodes of content. We're starting off with a lot of, like, Dragonstone-y stuff. Rhaenyra kind of like trying to get her shit back together. She's got 2 youngins there, which is Joffrey and, forgive me, I can't remember the other one. But they are extremely important in the end. So I'm not trying to spoil anything. And then we get these few shots of Aegon losing his shit. And looks like hounds looking for somebody. So they're clearly looking for blood and cheese. Someone's getting the crap beaten out of them with what looks like a smoke bomb from The Last of Us, or like LeBron James' like powder he throws up in the air whenever he wants to be obnoxious. So that's definitely something that's going down. But I really think he messes up that whole model of old Valyria. So he's really starting to lose it, and rightfully so. I mean, I can't even fathom. Someone looks at my kid the wrong way, I lose my shit. You're not touching my son, nobody. But he's also got to keep a cool head, because if he lets people like Aemon and Criston get into his ear, then he's gonna react and do something really stupid, like go into battle himself. Daemon looking concerned in Harrenhal. I'm gonna stick with my prediction that this is a dream sequence. Approaching the throne, clearly. I mean, how the hell would he be in King's Landing by episode 3 alone? You know, in his pajamas. If anything, he'd be strapped. But we also get that shot of Aemon walking to the throne, clearly with some kind of aspiration in the back of his head. He's always thought that he'd be the better king, and honestly, well, you want my opinion? Aegon would be a great king. All right, you saw in episode 1, he doesn't understand the politics. You know, where the guy was like, "Listen, the crown took all my sheep. Like, what the hell, man? I need my sheep." And he was like, "Oh, I'll give you your sheep back." And then Otto was like, "Listen, we promised, you know, because of the war, we need to basically tax this guy an exuberant amount of sheep money to feed the dragons, because they gonna be hungry." He was like, "Oh crap, I can't do it. My bad, take it back." Which is kind of fucked up. But he did side with the smithy, who was like, "Listen, we don't have enough money for the steel because of the blockade that Corlys' ships are cutting off in the Gullet." So he's like, "Listen, we need some coin, right, for some materials and for labor and all that stuff." Labor, like they're in the union. But he agrees to it, and Otto tries to talk him out of it, and he's like, "No, this one I'm putting my foot down on. We need swords, we need shields, we need armor, spears, and you name it. Just it's important. Okay, so this is an expense I want to do." Like, he's going in his back pocket and giving me. Here's a 50. Go give me a spear. No, but I thought it was a good choice, because he's gotta. There's a fine line between appeasing the people and looking weak, and he learned that in that quick little experience with him. And honestly, I think Aegon's the type of guy that, I know he's young and enjoying being king and getting drunk and all this stuff, but he wants his son to be at the small council meeting. R.I.P. He doesn't let people like Thailand talk down to him. I know he's just messing around with him, but given time for him to mature, I fuck with Aegon. Absolutely. Again, more dream sequences, and then we get this awesome cut between some kind of beef going on in the Riverlands between the Brackens and the Blackwoods. Obviously a historic rivalry between the two of them. We remember back in season 1 during Rhaenyra's courting at Storm's End. The younger guy, the Blackwood, was getting shit on by the older, obnoxious Bracken, and it wound up biting him in the ass, or more like stabbing him in the gut, and I believe mortally wounds him, and the kid's like petrified. He's like throwing up and shit. But that beef, this has to be 10 years later, so they're a man grown now, and there's some beef about it, and it looks like they're about to get into some brawl shit, and I just love that. I mean, I always wanted Bracken Blackwood beef in the show. You know, I always wanted that. I love the minor houses in the show. I wish we got more Manderleys. I wish we got more Yarnwoods. I wish we got more, give me a minor house, Florence, you know, or Umbers, you know, stuff like that. We got some Umbers in Game of Thrones, but it's what makes the show. The minor houses are the ones that you need to keep in check, because they will form some kind of plot against you. They will be the ones that determine how rallied up your army gets, and you got to keep them in check, because they will screw you. So this is fantastic. We're also seeing some kind of battle, or the end result of a battle, in what looks like the Riverlands. That could be Rook's Rest, and a Rosby shield fighting for the Greens, I believe, and Stokeworth too. So they're basically going through the Crownlands, picking up house after house, you know, getting 500 soldiers here, 300 there, 1,000 here, and adding them to their force as they make their way to their destination. And it looks like they're needed, because they did, depending on the outcome of that. That's going to be awesome. Then we get this scene with Alicent, you know, yapping it up. We get a little exchange between Corlys's two bastard sons, Adam and Alan of Hull. One of them will be a dragon rider. The other one looks like he's going to be a commander. Aemon talking about it's not just dragons, they're going to need an army, which is very correct. And then we get the shot of the twins, which looks awesome. And again, I cannot stress to you how important the twins are. It was season 3, again, at its height of Game of Thrones, it solidified how important a minor house could be. They are loyal to the Tullys. And Catelyn Tully was there saying, open up your freaking bridge to us. And he still was being a dick about it. Nah, your son, marry my daughter, or I ain't opening up shit. Oh, you don't want to open up shit anyway? Red Wedding's about to happen. Right? Lannister said in their regards. Shank, 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 shank. Like it's Rikers. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Moving forward, we get some more dragon action, a lot of yada yada. Looks like Daemon arriving on Harrenhal. Dragon's going ape shit. He's saying, you know, we gotta bring some dragons over here so you guys, you know, realize who you're talking to. Hugh Hammer, the smithy that got what he wanted from Aegon, middle of some kind of riot. And then we get some kind of woman looking mysteriously a lot like Melisandre. Now, at this point, she's alive for this. Granted, she's like 7,000 years old. But I believe in this point in her life, she's in a shy. So I don't see why that would be her. But nor would I see why any follower of the lore would be there. It's kind of odd. But it is King's Landing. It's basically like freaking Chicago O'Hare. Like, people stop by there all the time on the way to where they're going, so. Could just be on a layover, getting a drink at the bar. That riot going on, and with their attire, it looks like that they're in mourning gear with the veils. So this could be some shit that pops off during Little Jaehaerys' funeral, which would be terrible timing. And a real big message for Alicent to get their shit together. Criston Cole looking like a dick. Alan of Hull looking at sea smoke. Hint, hint. This chick in the, kind of like being all seductive, like, was that sexy? I made myself open my mouth, but that might be Alice Rivers. She has Targaryen hair for some reason. It could just be blonde hair with bad lighting, but she plays an important role. And from the looks of it, the scene setting is that scene where Aemon is with another woman at a brothel, and not to get too spoilery, not a word, they do hook up, and she's kind of important because she's got her own like kind of magic thing going on. She's basically a witch, or as Ari Aster would call it, a vavitch. So that's the thing, but I could be wrong. It could just be someone named like Ellen. Then we got Aegon about to literally take a Louisville slugger to someone's face. We see someone get the crap beaten out of them, covered in mud. That might be the rat catcher? I don't know. And then Criston saying that we'll be giving the war over to the dragon. So, fine with me. Looks fantastic. I want to know what you guys think. Can't wait. You know that they didn't show so much here. And from what they did show, I wish I had a time machine like in Napoleon Dynamite to just go a few days in the future so I don't have to be that far. Every day that goes forward is a day closer to the show. And my whole mood for the week will be predicated on how good the episode is, which will no doubtably be good because 9 out of the 10 episodes last season were just fantastic. And I don't see that getting any worse now because we're in freaking wartime. Okay, if it's going the same route as Game of Thrones, which it seriously looks like it is, the sophomore season for the show is freaking fire. Remember, in Game of Thrones, you had things like the Battle of Blackwater Bay, Brotherhood Without Banners, Arya and Harrenhal, House of the Undying. I mean, there's so much going on. You had the King of the North, Robb, Stannis, just boiling and plotting. Renly and the Shadow Baby shanking him in the heart. A lot of shanking going on in the series. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. What did you guys think? Did you like it? I loved it. What did you think about episode 1? It was dope. Don't have to answer that. But in the meantime, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that crap to this video on this channel. I just would like to pump up the numbers, so please see a friend that would enjoy some breaking down of an obnoxious New Yorker talking about Game of Thrones. Just send it my way. Send it my way. Join the family. Come into my bathroom. That sounded weird. See you guys next time, okay? Peace out, guys.